Good day, here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. We start with the country's first tropical cyclone for this year. PAGASA continues to monitor Tropical Depression Aghon, which developed from a low-pressure area this morning. Agon was last tracked 240 kilometers east of Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur. It is moving west-northwest at 10 kilometers per hour with maximum sustained winds of 45 kilometers per hour near the center and gusts of up to 55 kilometers per hour. In Luzon, Tropical Cyclone Wind Signal number 1 has been raised over parts of Sorsogon, Albay, Catanduanes, and Camarines Sur. Signal number 1 is also raised over Visayas, particularly parts of Eastern Samar, Northern Samar, Leyte, and Southern Leyte. In Mindanao, signal number 1 is raised over Dinagat Islands, Surigao del Norte, including Siargao, Bucas Grande Group, and Surigao del Sur. These areas can expect minimal to minor impacts brought by strong winds. Meanwhile, the Department of the Interior and local government has raised alert level alpha in the provinces of Albay, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Dinagat Islands, Eastern Samar, Leyte, Northern Samar, Sorsogon, and Surigao del Norte. The DILG has alerted local government units to implement Plan Listo protocols in anticipation of the effects of Aghon. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. made history as the first president to visit the Joint Task Force Tawi-Tawi headquarters in Bongao Municipality, according to 2nd Marine Brigade Commander Brigadier General Nestor Narag Jr. Marcos visited the JTF headquarters shortly after distributing various assistance to farmers, fisherfolk, and families on Thursday. The President lauded the invaluable efforts of the 2nd Marine Brigade for maintaining peace and achieving sustainable development in Tawi-Tawi. He also acknowledged the efforts of each brigade member in restoring peace to the province, which was once considered ground zero for armed insurgency. Marcos says the visit to Mindanao was made possible due to the current peace in the region, something his predecessors didn't enjoy during their time in office. He says attaining peace in Mindanao led to enhanced tourism and business activities in the region. He assures the people that the government is dedicated to maintaining peace and stability in the province and expressed confidence that it will be achieved through the collaborative and relentless efforts of the government and the people against armed conflict. The President also directed all government agencies, including local government units, to ensure that various government assistance and services are provided to the less fortunate residents. The Department of Tourism is inviting more tourists to visit and enjoy the sights and experiences offered by Mindanao. Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco says she believes Mindanao is now ready to welcome more foreign tourists and have them experience its various destinations and cultural treasures. The tourism chief welcomed the decision of the United States to downgrade its travel alert in Davao City, Davao del Norte Province, Siargao Island, and the Dinagat Islands from Alert Level 3 to Alert Level 2. The U.S. State Department updated its travel advisory last week to reflect the rescinding of the state of national emergency in Mindanao. Frasco says this is a positive development that shows that Mindanao is safe for all travelers. Frasco is participating in the Northern Mindanao leg of the Filipino Experience program to promote Northern Mindanao as a tourist destination. Also participating were Malaysian Embassy Deputy Chief of Mission Muhammad Farid Zakaria, who had visited the famed Razorback mountain coaster at Dahilayan, Bukidnon, and Honorary Consul of Austria Peter Feistauer, who had praised Northern Mindanao for its climate, food, and people. A new measure has been filed in the House of Representatives to ban the use of apps like TikTok, which are controlled by foreign adversaries in the country. Manila Representative Bienvenido Abante Jr. filed on Thursday House Bill 10489, which seeks to prohibit the distribution, maintenance, and update of any app controlled by a foreign adversary within the Philippines. The bill will allow the President to determine any foreign country to be an adversary or a threat to the Philippines' national security and territorial integrity. Abante expressed concern that the popular social media app TikTok, controlled by China-based ByteDance, collects sensitive user data, which could allow the Chinese government to influence public opinion. The bill also prohibits internet hosting services in the Philippines from supporting these foreign adversary-controlled applications. He says China could use TikTok's content recommendations to spread misinformation, a concern that has escalated in the United States and led to a law banning TikTok there. He adds India has also banned TikTok and other Chinese apps. Abante also stressed China's investments in critical infrastructures in the Philippines, pointing out that Chinese companies hold a 40% stake in both the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines and Dito Telecommunity. He says these arrangements are concerning as the Chinese companies are owned by the government and by extension, the Chinese Communist Party. Under the bill, violators who distribute, maintain, or update such apps will face imprisonment of 6 years to 12 years and a fine ranging from 5 to 10 million pesos. Meanwhile, internet hosting services supporting these apps shall be penalized with imprisonment of 3 years to 6 years and a fine of 500,000 to 4 million pesos. The House of Representatives has approved on second reading a measure seeking to legalize the use of cannabis, also known as marijuana, for medical purposes. In his sponsorship speech, Surigao del Norte Representative Robert Ace Barbers maintained that House Bill 10439 only allows the use of cannabis to treat qualified patients. Barbers also said medicinal-grade cannabis is legal in over 60 countries and used to treat various medical conditions such as multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, and other types of chronic pain, such as those associated with end-stage cancer. He assures the bill prevents the recreational use of cannabis-based medicines as they would be available by prescription and administered under supervision of an accredited physician. Barber says this will open new jobs and provide additional revenue for the government. The Philippine Medical Association, meanwhile, staunchly opposes the bill as it insists that it will legalize the drug's recreational use. Deputy Speaker Antonio Albano meanwhile defended the bill, saying it would benefit poor patients. Aside from allowing the use of medical cannabis, the bill seeks to establish a regulatory framework for the cultivation, research, and manufacturing of cannabis-based medicines. It will also be monitored by a regulatory body under the Department of Health and the Dangerous Drugs Board. That's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Silabisha Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account via the News and Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph under Pna News, or on the Facebook page of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. I am Benj Bondok. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.